Todd, just a thought on, you got all this extra time, you're thinking about possible changes to the lineup or anything, or do you want to come back and sort of have some, semblance of consistency with what you headed into the break with?
Well,
The line combos and that sort of
there's a couple ways of looking at that. Obviously, we haven't scored at the pace or the rate that we need to or wanted to. But I also look at the way we've defended. We haven't given up very much. You go all the way back to the Anaheim road game or road trip. The only stinker defensively was the Minnesota one. So coming out of a break like this, we're going to stay with some familiarity and give these guys an opportunity to try and find a little more offense. We failed once miserably against Minnesota coming out, so we've adjusted some things practice-wise today and expect the players to adjust a few things individually tomorrow so that we get a better opportunity at success.
What do you make of having a 5 o'clock practice and a morning skate and then another game? What do you do with
I don't know. We're trying to figure out a 5-day break after a 4-day break with 4 day. It's just a confusing time for a lot of teams right now, and it is what it is. We've known about it for a long time, so we can't say we're not prepared. The players should be rested. They're going to be rusty. We expect that. So they've got to adjust their games a little bit. And, whatever we do or don't do tomorrow will be replicated in Chicago when we go back there next Saturday and play against them in the same situation. So hopefully we can put together a better effort than we did against Minnesota and be happy with the results.
Is it a little difficult, Todd, because normally coming off of a break like this, you want to maybe work the guys a little bit and work some of that stuff out, but because the game's so soon,
Well, we didn't, if you compare this skate to what we did post All-Star break, this one wasn't near as taxing. And that's something we talked about as a staff. We went pretty hard that day, and I don't know if it affected us the next night or not. Today we pulled the reins back a little bit, and that was our adjustment as a staff. Like I said earlier, they'll need to adjust their approach coming out of the 5-day break as well.
You've had your couple breaks now, and it's pretty much just a stretch drive from here on in. You've got to like your position.
Well, it's the cushion that we created closed a little bit in the 4 games from All-Star break to this break. Obviously, us only getting 2 points, but other teams will go on their break, and while that's happening, we have to make sure we put points in the bank. There's no such word as comfort in the NHL. It doesn't matter what time of the season you're in, as a team or as an individual. So I wouldn't say we're comfortable by any means. We're well aware of what's going on around us and how much hockey we have left. It's not like we're in the 10-game stretch. We've got quite a few games to play. Nurse and Banning. Banning looks like he'll be okay. Nurse obviously isn't ready, but he's back on the ice. Cairo's on the ice, so those are good signs, but neither of those two will be ready to compete. Yeah. Yeah, I can't say enough about that family to begin with, and certainly the patriarch was Mr. Illich. There's going to be a lot of talk over the last few days about the Stanley Cups and the great ball teams that he put together. I think it's more important that we talk about the way that family treats people. And, the organization, the Illiches, led by him and Mrs. Illich, were tremendous. It didn't matter where you stood in the totem pole as an employee. They treated everybody the same, and it's a sad day for anybody who knew him, but for hockey in general.